The new film Caught Stealing starring Austin Butler just dropped into theaters. But does Austin Butler deliver? Well, let's talk about it.
I can handle it.
Welcome to another review here on Was It Good? My name is Bob, and today we're going to be talking about the new Darren Aronofsky directed film Caught Stealing, which stars Austin Butler in the lead role and is adapted from a book of the same name. Now, this review will be spoiler free, but if you've seen the movie already, why don't you go ahead and drop a comment in the comments section below and let me know what you thought about this movie. Without further ado, let's get into it. When his punk rock neighbor asks him to take care of his cat for a few days, New York City bartender Hank Thompson suddenly finds himself caught in the middle of a motley crew of threatening gangsters who all want a piece of him. What starts out as a simple favor quickly spirals into a violent and unpredictable ride through the city's underworld. Now, I wasn't sure what to expect from this one. I liked the trailer, and I really like Austin Butler as an actor. I think he has picked some really good roles as of late. But I'm not a big fan of Darren Aronofsky's films, not because I don't think they're well directed, because I do, just the stories didn't connect with me. So, because of that, I kept my expectations in check for this one. Plus, I've never read the book, so I'm unfamiliar with the source material. But a friend of mine who had read the book and saw the movie really encouraged me to go ahead and check it out. So, now that I've seen it, was it worth watching? Now, like I said, a lot of Darren Aronofsky's films haven't connected with me, but they are very well directed, and Caught Stealing is no exception. The shots are very sharp, the atmosphere is gritty, the city itself feels cinematic. It's chaotic in the best sort of way that you would expect for a story like this. It feels like it's actually set in the time that the story takes place in. So, overall, it's a very well crafted and directed film. Next, I think the action was pretty good. It's tense, it's entertaining, it keeps the level high. There's one particular sequence in which Austin Butler's being chased throughout the city by a couple of different characters, and I really enjoyed that sequence. So, overall, I was very pleased with the way the action was delivered. Also, I think the story's a lot of fun. Really, when it comes down to it, it's about this guy who's caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. And because of that, he's thrown into these impossible situations. And the lead character himself, Hank Thompson, is actually very relatable because he's a character who missed his opportunity because of the way certain things went in his life. And that's something that a lot of people can relate to because they feel that they have missed opportunities. And the character himself, I think, is very likable. And I'll actually get into the performance in a moment. But having a likable character and an entertaining story, I thought was a lot of fun. And just an interesting little tidbit, this actually comes from a screenplay by Charlie Huston, who was the author of the book. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now, when it comes to the acting, I think that the supporting cast is pretty good in the film. You got some really good actors here. You got Matt Smith, Vincent D'Onofrio, Liev Schreiber, Zoe Kravitz, Carol Kane, Regina King. There's several good actors here, and a couple of them are unrecognizable. I had to really look to see if that was them. So I think the supporting cast is really good. But the highlight of the film is Austin Butler's performance. He has the emotional depth that you want for this character because there are several introspective looks into this character, but he also sells every chase scene and punch. So he pulls off the action quite nicely. As I said earlier, I've really enjoyed a lot of the roles that he's taken lately, and this one was no exception. Austin Butler really delivered on this one. Finally, it would be wrong of me to not talk about the other star of the film, and that is Tonic the cat who plays the character Bud. And I got to admit that I'm a real sucker when it comes to cats. The cat is really precious, and every time he's on screen, you can't help but just say, "Aw." And now it wasn't only me, it was several others in the theater as well. This was a really cool character, and I like the way they incorporated the cat throughout the story. So if you enjoy cats, you're going to enjoy that aspect of the film. Now, there are a couple things that I want to mention here. First off, is that at times I do feel that there's an uneven tone throughout the film. It feels like at certain moments it wants to be like a crime thriller, and at other moments it wants to be a dark comedy. And I don't think that it always blended very well. Not that it ruined my enjoyment of it, but I did want to go ahead and point that out. Also, there is, I think, a bit more they could have done with the introspective looks into Hank Thompson because those are the moments I thought that Austin Butler really shined, and I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of those moments. And finally, I do think that the supporting characters, several of them were underutilized. Now, I do understand that because this is adapted from a book, maybe they didn't have that big a role in the film, but I would have liked to have seen more of certain characters, specifically Liev Schreiber, Vincent D'Onofrio's character. I would have liked to have seen more of them, and Matt Smith's character. I really enjoyed when he was on screen, and I like him as an actor, so I would have liked to have seen more from him. Again, I do understand that they're going to fit the roles that they had in the book, but I just would have liked to have seen more of them. Real quick, before I get into my final thoughts, I want to remind everyone to go ahead and check out the other videos on my channel. Maybe I've reviewed something that you're interested in, or something that you've seen already and you'd like to let me know what you thought about it. Also, for those that are interested, I do have another YouTube channel with a couple of my friends where we put on a show called Dad's Turn to Talk. This is an opportunity for three dads to get together and talk about the things that we want to talk about, including movies, sports, pop culture, and have a little bit of fun at each other's expense. The link to that channel will be in the description below. Final verdict. Was it good? I thought Caught Stealing was stylish, gritty, and it's carried by a fantastic performance from Austin Butler. Sure, the uneven tone does hold it back a little bit, and I do think that several of the supporting characters were underutilized, but overall, I'd rate this a 7 out of 10. I do think that it's a fun and engaging ride, and if you like crime thrillers or dark comedies, I do think it's worth checking out. It's not going to be for everybody, but as far as me goes, I was entertained by it. Now, if you're still watching this long, I'd like to thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.